Ati, a very good morning to you. Now, following these deaths in this violence yesterday, what's happening this morning with the taxi routes, and has it affected commuters at all?
Well, it's a lot more calmer this morning, Yuveka, following the shooting of 4 people yesterday, which includes 2 taxi owners and a driver and another driver, and including the injury of 2 other people. Now, this has obviously caused a lot of shock and a lot of fear amongst community members here, who do need public transport to get to and from work. So the route that they are currently disputing, the 2 taxi associations, which is Kadeta and Kata, the route they are fighting over is the route to Cape Town. Now, that route legally and formally is in the hands of the city of Cape Town through the My City buses. So commuters here who travel to town from Hout Bay use the My City bus, but because of the taxi associations that have tried to infiltrate this route, they've now become 2 enemies really fighting over this route, which the My City bus legally is permitted to take and transport commuters. So yesterday 4 people were shot, and last week another person was also shot, believed to be a taxi driver, who was also shot during disputes between the 2 taxi associations. Now, the MEC for Transport here, Donald Grant, in the Western Cape, has condemned this current war raging between the 2 rival gangs, saying none of them actually are legally permitted to actually be driving or transporting passengers from Hout Bay to Cape Town. So he has now basically legally taken away their certificates, saying that they have to be probed and actually looked at in terms of who is actually perpetrating these shootings amongst the 2 rival gangs. And we know that the police have also deployed They've also deployed public order police, which we've seen around the area to try and monitor the situation. And even driving to Hout Bay, we've seen several traffic officials also on the roads here monitoring the situation. But we know that the police are thoroughly investigating this matter through a specialized unit, which is looking at finding out exactly who will be arrested and who is a suspect in this particular case.
So, Ati, just for clarity, have they or have they not suspended the operation of these 2 taxi associations?
They have, Yuveka, they have, because the only legally permitted public transport which is supposed to take people from Hout Bay to the CBD is the My City, which we've seen. Actually, there is a line there behind me. I'm going to move out of shot so my colleague can show you that those people who are standing in that line are commuters waiting to board a My City bus which will take them to town. So no taxi is supposed to take them to town at this point, because Kadeta and Kata, they've been stripped off from legally, though, from operating in this area.
All right, but just judging by what we know about this violence, Ati, I mean, this couldn't have just flared up over the past couple of days or couple of weeks. Has there been a history of violence between these associations? Has there been a history linked to this disputed route before these incidents?
Well, it is rooted, Yuveka, historically to have been an area where a lot of taxi operators want to take control over. As you may know, taxi operators are always fighting and are always at war and at loggerheads over routes, and this is no different to all other areas where they've been fighting over routes. This stems from, when the city took over this route through the My City buses, and a lot of drivers were actually taken to drive the My City buses, which now operate from here to Cape Town, transporting people to Cape Town. So it is something that is well known in this area. It is something that even the community members say it will take a long time for officials to get to the bottom of cracking down the solution for this taxi war that seems to be raging. And I must say that residents here are really fearing for their lives, because when they described how the shooting happened yesterday, they say it is something from a movie, because when they heard the gunshots, they went on and on for hours until police actually came to the scene to try and calm the situation. And I must mention, Yuveka, if my colleague can, if he can pan and show you where this incident happened yesterday, it happened at the doorstep of the police station. So it happened right in front of the police station, the shooting that happened yesterday, which ended killing 4 people and wounding several others. So it happened right in front of the police station while commuters were obviously trying to get to work through those taxis. So those taxis which were operating here have now been suspended, and police are trying to probe this matter.
Which raises many more questions about whether police actually have any control of the situation, seeing as this happened on their doorstep, and commuters, rightly so, having reason to fear for their safety. Thank you very much, Atim Tungana. She'll continue to update us on that story.